Okay, hey, Jeff Hendrickson here, and I'm going to show you something that I'm working on right now in Claude and the new Artifacts Builder, which is a new way that Claude can help you create apps very simply. I'll walk you through the process of doing it, show you a couple of things as we go along the way so that you can give it a shot. If you're using AI at all, if you're not using Claude yet, I would highly recommend that you get on here, especially if you have to build some simple apps for your company, for yourself. If you're an entrepreneur and a content producer like I am, and a coach, this is something you want to learn. All right. So here's where I've started off is I said, I want to build an artifact. So I clicked here first on artifacts to tell it that I want to create a new artifact. It opened up the page and it said, okay, what type of artifact? So it gives me some things here. I said productivity tools, it said that, right? So it goes through and it starts talking about what type do I want? And I tell it, I'm looking to build a workflow that walks my coaching client through getting the knowledge out of their head and into a usable format for creating content. So it asked me some questions. I answer those questions. So now we've got what's called a knowledge extraction workflow. All right. So it created one at the very beginning, but for whatever reason, it didn't work. And sometimes this will happen. You have to tweak it just a little bit, or if it tells you it's going to do something and it doesn't, say, hey, you missed that. It'll come back and say, you know what? You're right. Let me fix that. So occasionally it will take a couple of different iterations to get what you want. But it's well worth it because it's creating an app for you in 2 minutes, maybe up to 5 minutes if it's super complicated. And then with your tweaks, if you can have an app that will be of value to your customers or your company in 10 minutes that you can put up somewhere and start having people testing, that's worth it. That saves a lot of manpower hours. All right. So this first one, it didn't get right because it would not finish out for me. The second one, however, it did. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but essentially at the end, once I answer these questions in these 3 different categories, at the very end, it will give me a summary and it will give me guidelines on what I could be producing and what I could be doing based on all my life experience and the information that I've given it. Okay. So that's what will happen there. I've gone back in. I got that to the way I wanted it. And now what I said is, now let's create an HTML version that I can put on my website. So if we take a look here, it has now transferred this whole thing, and I will show you the code. It's now transferred the whole thing into an HTML document that I can paste into my website. It starts off building everything in React, which is a JavaScript library, if you're familiar with that. If you're not, no worries. You don't need to worry about using that because you can turn it into HTML and put it up on a website. All right, so from there, let's close back out here again. From there, I've gone and I've said, I want to do a mind mapping exercise because it asked me at the very beginning. And first iteration was okay. I went back in though, and I said, hey, how about if we can create a way to create subtypes off of the original types that you've already given me? And it said, oh yeah, good idea. We can do that, right? So now we've got subtype functionality in here. So let's show you this. And this is a pretty easy one to show, right? So down here, it starts off with one major node. If you're familiar with mind maps, one major node. It tells you exactly how to use it. And we'll see down here that I've also got to add subtopics. So what I do first is I come up into any of these categories and I'll pick whatever I want to go in here. So I'll say, let's say areas of expertise. And you can see that it added that. I'll come in here and I'll say unexpected discoveries might be a really cool one. And I'll come in and I'll say patterns that I notice, right? So now we've got 3 here to start with. I can click and drag and I can move these around anywhere I want. I can connect any of these 2 together. But what was really interesting to me and what I really wanted, because I use my mapping exercises a lot with my clients, and that's both business clients and personal clients. I love to do mind mapping because it's visual. So now what I can do though is I can click on this, patterns I've noticed, and I can say, add a subtopic. And now I've got a way to add this subtopic. And down here, I can now call it something different. And I can say process improvements. We'll just call it a subtopic for right now. If I were here in unexpected discoveries, I can add a subtopic here, and we could say this, and we could say, let's say, human expertise. All right. And now I've got those, and I can add subtopics on top of these as well to keep creating this out, which I find to be really, really cool. All right, so I can publish that. I can copy everything here. I can do exactly the same thing that I did before with the other one. And I can say, this is awesome. Now create me an HTML version. You know, let's do that because I haven't done that yet. Let's see what it would do because I've never done an interactive version quite like this before with the mind map. So let's say in here, great, now create an HTML version that I can put into my website. And let's see what it does there. It's going to think about it. It's going to convert the React component. You see how it goes through. And I will speed this up because we don't need to look through all this and watch it go. But the end result is going to be the best. And there we have it, complete set of features. It's not designed fantastically well just yet, but should be pretty easy to fix that up. It looks like we're just going to click major life changes, hard-won lessons, wish I'd known. Okay, and it shows an uncaught error. All right, good. So at any rate, this is something that you can play with. If you haven't tried it yet, do this. From this HTML content, as you see, we had all the code here. I can now copy that code and I can put that into an HTML block in my website. All right, so I hope this helps you out just a little bit. Use Claude. This is Jeff signing off. Thanks much.